Hi guys, my name is Akhil. I'm a coach at Tagda Raho as well, but I mostly look after the sales of our traditional Indian equipment. So I'll start with the adjustable Mudgar. So our adjustable Mudgar comes in 4 kg, 5 kg, 7 kg and 10 kg. Now the best part about this adjustable Mudgar is it gives you two weight options, right? So it is best for you to get started and perform the movements with proper technique, and then you can upgrade. So you will not have a weight that you will grow out of, right? So this I have with me is the adjustable 5 kg Mudgar. I can just easily twist, remove and make it 3 kilos. Right now this is good for me to start with. Irrespective of where you're at your fitness level, you have to start with light or medium weight equipment to get the technique right. It's not recommended you dive in to heavier equipment right off the bat. So you have with the adjustable 5 kg, you have a 3 kg option and the 5 kg option, right? That's not it. So now I put this back, right? Now I can remove the default grip and I can add 2 more grips to this. So all our modular equipment is intercompatible, right? So our warrior grip will also go on the adjustable Mudgar. Now what does this do is it increases the lever length. The lever length here is relatively smaller to what you have in the warrior grip. So what increasing the lever length does is it demands a lot more torque, a lot more rotational force from your shoulders, because it has now pushed your center of mass further away from your grip, right? So that's how this works. Now that's not it. And then we have the Dharwad grip. This is my personal favorite because this enhances your grip strength more than any other grip, because this is only for single hand movements. The default grip and the warrior grip can be used for both single hand and double hand, but this is exclusively for single hand movements, right? This will put a lot of emphasis on your wrist strength. So the muscles in your forearm are biarticular, right? They cross your wrist joint as well as your elbow joint. So if these are strong, then your wrist is, it's safe to say your wrist is bulletproof. So this will now very marginally differ, because the default grip and Dharwad grip will weigh pretty much the same. And with handcrafted wooden equipment, you will never get a round figure. It will never be 5 kg, because the density of the wood differs from one batch to the other, right? So it will be 5.3, 5.2, but we will always give you something that is above 5, but in some cases it can be 4.7, 4.8, around that as well, if you're buying a 5. Now there is an adjustable 7. Now what you need to consider here is you don't want to get into a weight that you will grow out of quickly. At the same time, you don't want to get into something that's heavy, right? So for the likes of you, I've noticed how you've been moving. You can go for an adjustable 7 kg. Unlike my friend here who's traveling, he wants to travel light. But if you otherwise, you go for an adjustable 7 kg, because that is good. That you get a 4 kg and a 7 kg option, and with just one equipment you get 6 different weight dynamics, right? You have the Dharwad grip, you have the warrior grip, you have the default grip. So that's 3 grips and 2 weight options. So 3 into 6 different weight dynamics with just one adjustable Mudgar and the 2 grips, the warrior and the Dharwad. Okay, now we'll move on to another modular equipment, which is the Modular Gada. Now with the Gada, you cannot adjust the weight per se, right? But what you can do is you can adjust the lever length. Now when I'm performing it here, it's relatively a lot more challenging for me to perform double hand movement, right? Or even single hand. But now all the weight in the Gada is stacked on the globular head, right? So the center of mass is further away from my grip. So now if I hold it here, it's going to be easy. But you don't really want to hold it here because it can obstruct, right? So what we have done is we've added a connector, right? We've added a connector to the modular 6 and the 8 kg options that we have. So now I can remove the connector and insert the default grip of the Modular Gada directly onto the globular head. This becomes a lot more easier now. I can even do a left hand single hand swing, right? A lot more easier. Now, just like I explained the adjustable Mudgar, the warrior and the Dharwad grip can go on this as well. So even the Modular Gada 6 and the 8 kg will give you 6 different weight dynamics, because you can insert 3 grips, default, warrior, Dharwad, directly on the globular head, or you can insert the connector on the modular globular head and the Dharwad grip goes on this, right? So with just one equipment, you add 2 more grips and you have 6 different weight dynamics to play with. So it becomes multi-purpose, right? So here, now a lot more stress on my forearms, right? And grip strength is key, right? It's of immense importance, right? So now we will move on to our third equipment. The Samtola doesn't get as much as love the Mudgar and the Gada gets, and even the Samtola is not covered in our level 1 certification. When you guys come back for level 2, we will introduce, and I personally recommend you get the Samtola to do the Samtola specific movements, not to use the Samtola as the barbell, okay? You'd rather use a traditional Indian barbell to do curls, right? But the Samtola specific movements are multiplanar, they are a lot more challenging, and it will put you in a different state when you move, because you're mostly performing this movement not standing in one place, you'll be moving around the place. When you come back for level 2, you will learn about the movements. Now, why am I talking to you about the Samtola is because our Samtola, we call it the Samtola 2.0, can be converted into a Mudgar, right? So now, again, the warrior grip, the default grip of the Mudgar, the default grip of the Modular Gada, the connector, they can all go onto this, right? I can swing, right? Now say you had a movement which is the parikrama, and you have the farmer's throw, right? Once you get comfortable with this movement, you can stitch these movements into a flow pattern and perform your workouts, okay? So, and then we have the classic Sheena board. This is self-explanatory, right? It's the push-up board that you can use to perform your dand and your sapatis that you just learnt, okay? So that'll be our equipment. So I'm happy to help you with any more information about the weight variants, what is the right weight for you to start with, how to progress and everything, okay? If you have any questions, you can ask me.